What if I told you we have access to a deeper intelligence that transcends the waking mind? For many decades, I've been analyzing dreams for people all over the world and observe how dreams possess a profound insight and understanding that surpasses the dreamer's self-awareness. The dreaming mind knows things you don't consciously know, like which experiences hurt you, which memories are unresolved, which identities are shifting. It doesn't speak in words. It speaks in images, metaphors, and emotional symbolism. It is an ancient language that some part of you still understands. So why don't we remember our dreams? Dreams happen mainly during REM sleep, when the brain is highly active. But the chemicals responsible for turning experience into long-term memory, especially norepinephrine, are greatly reduced. It's like the dream happens on scratch paper instead of permanent storage. When you wake up, the normal chemicals start reflowing across the synapses, brain states shift rapidly, and the fragile dream memory dissolves. The thing is, you don't have to remember your dreams for the healing to occur. When you have an emotional breakthrough in a dream, you wake up changed. So why are dreams so weird? When we do manage to remember a dream and write it down, something interesting happens. The brain state during dreaming is very different from the waking state, and so when we revisit what we wrote days or weeks later, it seems like someone else wrote it. The ideas seem foreign because they were not saved in memory. It is like we have transcribed and are accessing someone else's story. When you're awake, the reasoning and narrative parts of the brain are dominant, and your sense of identity is stronger. But when you dream, logic networks are muted, emotional and visual areas are stronger, and the sense of self is fluid. Later, when you read the dream, recall seems diminished. The emotional tone that made the dream feel meaningful is gone. The narrative often appears bizarre because your waking mind is now trying to interpret something created by a different state of consciousness. This proves we access more than our memories. Most of life is lived at the surface. We wake up, think our thoughts, tell the story of who we are, and move through the day inside that familiar narrative. We believe that this is us, our history, our personality, our preferences, our wounds, the facts of what we remember. But memory is just a thin film on top of something much deeper. We spend almost half of our lives asleep, accessing an awareness where the surface layer dissolves. The careful narrator goes quiet. The part of us that says, I am this person living this life in this time, steps aside, and something older begins to speak. Dreams are not random. They are a different kind of knowing. In dreams, the psyche reveals that it has its own intelligence. It seems to know you better than you know yourself. It takes what is unfinished in you, what aches, what hurts, what you refuse to see, and reshapes it. Dreams remember what the waking mind forgets, that you are more than the person fighting for survival. We access a deeper mode of consciousness. Whenever people enter deep visionary states through meditation, breathwork, or certain plant medicines, they describe a state similar to dreaming. Time loosens its hold on us, the narrative self becomes transparent, and there is a sense of stepping into a wider field of being. Not a memory, not imagination, something more like returning to a source you didn't realize you had left. Many describe it as remembering themselves before they were themselves. A consciousness without story, a self without borders, a present that feels ancient, familiar, and deeply safe. It suggests something extraordinary. We are more than the sum of our experiences. We are more than the identity we rehearse. We are more than the life we think we are living. What is the source of enlightenment? There's an intelligence in us that has been shaping us all along, guiding, repairing, reorganizing, outside of awareness. You don't have to believe in anything spiritual to feel this. The body heals cuts without being told how. The heart beats and we breathe without any conscious thought. The subconscious resolves conflicts the waking mind didn't even know existed. This is why nightmares are actually a positive sign that power is reawakening in the psyche. Why would we be designed this way? Just as the body has a paralytic feature that keeps us from acting out on our dreams, we need a safe space to heal and explore change. We need to break through the stagnant ideas that limit who we might become. In this sandbox mode, we can rehearse social interactions without embarrassment and replay trauma in a safer, symbolic way. Something within us works to eliminate anything that would block the expression of our full potential. Daily life would have us conform to others' expectations, but when we dream, we hear our own drummer. Whether we call this the unconscious, the self, the soul, or the evolutionary intelligence of nature really doesn't matter. What matters is this: you are not alone inside yourself. Your healing is not something you have to force. You don't have to earn worthiness by understanding everything. You don't need to solve your life entirely from the surface mind. Something in you already knows the way. The dream knows, the body knows, the deeper layer of the psyche knows. During the day, you live the story. When you dream, you edit the story. But eventually the story becomes who you are. And sometimes when the thinking mind quiets, during sleep, meditation, synchronicities, or moments of awe, you can feel it. A steady presence, patient and ancient, working on your behalf. Not separate from you, but not limited to the version of who you think you are. You were designed to be unique, and life has been committed to your success since the day you were born.